Welcome to prairiefoxsurvival.com. Our intention of this website is to show you how to preserve, can, dehydrate, and smoke different foods. Right here, we're looking at the bounties from our garden. Now, I do have we have a high sinus alert today, an allergy alert, so I am having a little problem with my nose. Bear with me, please. We would also like to say that the FDA does not approve what we're doing. They believe everything should come from a grocery store and be under their control. So therefore, as you grow your own food, as you process your own food, then you're doing it on your own. We are only giving you the suggestions on how to do it. Here is some of the stuff we have pulled out of our garden. Our zucchini squash is extra large this year. We grew it that way on purpose because we like what's called a zucchini boat. One this size will feed a family of 4. What we'll do, and we'll be showing you this in later videos, we will cut this in half, split it, and we'll bake it upside down, and we will stuff it with a dressing, crab, many different vegetables you can use in it. And then we put a hollandaise sauce on it. It's an excellent meal and very good for you. Here we have our butternut squash. With the butternut squash, it lasts a very long time. You can cut this in half, bake it, put your pumpkin pie mixes and all that, just like you'd bake a pumpkin pie, and it's delicious. The beautiful part about this is you can take it in bleach water and just dip it, let it dry, put it in a cardboard box, and put it in a closet. It'll last up to 10 months. Here, of course, we have our okra. We grow red and green okra. The red okra, this is our first time to grow it this year. And in our part of the country, in West Texas, it can withstand the first freeze if it's not just unbearable. And it will keep producing after the green squash or okra does. Of course, the cantaloupe, one of everybody's favorite. Normally we grow red cantaloupe and our regular cantaloupe. Our red cantaloupe didn't make this year. Our crop's probably about 70% less. The pumpkin. This is one of the best foods you can get a hold of. Our seeds from these are all heirloom. Some of them date back over 100 years and generations. The pumpkin you can make your pies out of, you cut, make your bread. We're going to be showing you in a video how to do this, how to peel it, and how to prepare it where it'll last for years. Of course, the black diamond watermelon, one of my favorites, and I might say my dog's also. And we grow red and we grow yellow black diamonds. Now, of course, these can't be saved. You have to use them. We have tried, as with cantaloupe and with the watermelon, the process of cutting them in squares, putting them in a freezer, and then vacuum sealing them. They're edible, but it's not something I would really recommend. A good fresh watermelon can't be beat, or a cantaloupe. I'm going to be leaving for just a moment, and I'm going to come back, and we're going to show you some of the stuff we have canned that people don't really realize that they can keep for years on end. We'll be showing you dehydrated food. And let me join you back in a moment. Many people don't understand, and many don't believe, young people especially who have never been around it, of all the different stuff you can can. Here we have just a few of what we've done up. In today's world, many young people are afraid of pressure canners. They don't know what a water bath to preserving jellies and stuff is. And they think that everything has to be in a refrigerator. That's far from the truth. Right here, we have some bacon we canned. It's very good. Of course, you can't fry it crisp after you take it out, but you can use it in many foods. We wrap parchment paper around it in order to keep it from sticking, and we can it just like you would any other meat. Now here, my favorite is the dill pickle. And simply grab your cucumbers out of the garden, add some dill to it, your garlic, your vinegar and water, and you don't even have to pressure cook this. All you have to do is give it a water bath, and that will be explained in later videos to come as we explain the pressure cooker and the water baths for the new people that's coming to the site that haven't been doing this for years. Here's some chili we canned. It's delicious. We actually cook the chili up like you would cook it to eat for a meal, and then we can it. At that, you can pour it over your hot dogs, you can eat it as chili, whatever. One of my favorite, kielbasa. Simply cut the kielbasa up, a very easy process. Put it in the jar and can it for an hour and a half. Here we have chicken that was canned, let's see, in '99. And every bit as good as the day we canned it. That'll give you an idea of how long these items last. This is barbecued chicken. Just drain the juice off of it and put it in a pan, heat it up, and use it with whatever meal you would like. On our stew, we can our vegetables separate. And then we can our meat separate, where we can use the meat for other stuff if we don't prefer a stew, beef tips, whatever. And we can add it just to the stew, and you have a quick meal very fast. One that a lot of people didn't know you could can that lasts very good on your shelf is butter. Now we use non-salted real butter. You cook this down, and that takes the impurities to the bottom and takes the sediment out of it that you don't really want to eat. And then we put it in a jar and give it a water bath and put it on a shelf, eat it when you need it. You have clarified butter like you get out of the restaurants. Pinto beans. This has pinto beans, ham, onions, and the seasonings we like. As I say, we don't use sauce, or salt I should say. We're very heavy on cayenne pepper, garlic, and other such items. Now these, when you take them out and heat them up, it'll be like eating your beans that you cooked on the stove the first day as they thicken on the second day. Very good. This is spiced nectarine, something my wife had never tasted. As a kid, we were raised on it almost when we went to my grandmother's house because of her peach trees, nectarine trees, and others. And it's a very sweet fruit that you can take out and eat just like a dessert. It'll last for years. Of course, our pear tree made good, and we always make pear butter, pear jellies, and even for pear pie and all this. And this was done in '08. Here's some plum jam we got from our plum tree. And it didn't produce quite as heavy this year, but we did get a decent amount of them. Of course, spaghetti sauce, one of everybody's favorites. We like it very spicy. We take the fresh vegetables out of the garden. We take our hamburger meat, we cook it up, we mix it together, and we can it, just like you would any other meat. Now, besides canning, people need to learn a little bit about dehydration. We have 2 dehydrators. We have dehydrated eggs, but I'm very unhappy with them. To me, it tastes gritty. I just don't care for the consistency of them. But the egg is one thing that people use a lot of. These eggs you're looking at right now have been stored in a closet without refrigeration for right now a month and a half. They're straight from the chicken. You don't buy them out of the store. Take these eggs, to double check them, get a bowl of cold water, set the egg in it. If it floats, throw it away. It's a bad egg and it'll stink to high heaven when you crack it open. If it goes to the bottom, it's a good egg. We've eaten these eggs, and you can scramble them, you can fry them, you can do anything you would with a normal egg, except make meringue, whipped meringue, for a pie. It will not work. And we're going to be doing a full video on these and showing how you roll them in mineral oil and then set them away in a closet. Never leave them laying on their side. Always have them up and turn the carton over every 3 to 4 weeks. Now on our dehydrated food, right here we have pineapple. Pineapple is excellent. We can cut open this bag, eat it like it is, rehydrate it, and it tastes just like fresh pineapple that you're cutting open. Another one we like is kiwi. We do the very same thing with that. Redehydrate it, it's very good. One of my favorites is the banana. The banana, I can take these out, I can eat them just like this, give them to the grandkids, which of course they eat about anything. And I can also redehydrate them and make banana pudding out of them. That's very good. Apricots. Dehydrated, whatever, you can make apricot pie out of this. You can make anything you would with a regular apricot by redehydrating. And this, believe it or not, is dehydrated hamburger. This is equivalent to 1 pound of hamburger meat. When you put it back in water, you rehydrate it. It will swell up, of course, and then you can use it as hamburger. You can make tacos out of it, sloppy joes, whatever you would want. What we're going to be showing you in the future in our videos is that as times are getting harder, money's getting tighter, and jobs are far and fewer between, you can eat good. You can feed your families for pennies what you would buy. Our beef, we buy on the hoof and have it butchered. The last one for a half a beef, we paid $2 and we got rid of the other half. We paid $2 and I believe it was 68 cents a pound. Now that's for our T-bone steaks, our roast, everything. So what we're going to be attempting to do in the future is show you the different ways to preserve, to dehydrate, to can, to smoke foods, and how you will be able to save money and provide. We'll also, which is one of my favorites, and I noticed some in the yard today, we do have the dandelions blooming again. And with that, if you've never tried dandelion greens stir-fried with a duck egg, a dove or quail egg, and make a batter out of it, take the dandelion flowers, leave the stem, dip it in the batter, fry it in some grease. Pull it out, take a little bit of honey, dip it in the honey. Your grandkids and kids will think that they're eating candy. It's a great dessert. Here at Prairie Fox, I'm into survival. We eat many different things. I've eaten fried worms, which really is very good. It's mind over matter as to what a person eats. Once you get past the thought of something, your body can adapt to many different things, and we're here to show you how to do it. Thank you very much for joining us today. I look forward to the next time.